Ciao. We have another update in this Blac Chyna versus the Kardashians lawsuit. I know I said I wasn't going to bombard you guys, but we have to talk about Kris Jenner alleging that Blac Chyna threatened to hurt, because we're on YouTube, hurt her daughter, Kylie Jenner, and Blac Chyna admitted to not paying taxes, personal taxes, for several years. Oh, welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So it feels like this week is all about lawsuits. Bravo has multiple lawsuits that they're facing, and honestly, I kind of hope it goes to trial because, guys, I will fly down to Atlanta. If it's a public, if I can go in and sit and take notes, I will go. Mark my words. How soon can we get this trial started? I can't wait several years, as long as this Blac Chyna trial has been taking to come to court. This has been years in the making. I might not care in like 5 years. So there's more to unpack with that lawsuit, and we will do that in another video or live. But as you know, Blac Chyna is in court right now, and there are a lot of stuff coming out from this trial. We already covered a few different things, and last night after I finished that other video, more things came out, including Kris Jenner alleging that Blac Chyna threatened to hurt Kylie Jenner during her relationship with Tyga. I gotta call BS on Kris Jenner, but I'll explain to you why. But before we get into that, let me talk about Blac Chyna admitting that she has not paid taxes in several years, personal taxes, which is important to mention. So TMZ's reporting Blac Chyna is long overdue for a good accountant. They're so shady. After testifying in court that she hasn't paid taxes in years and doesn't even have a bank account. So Blac Chyna was questioned about her finances by the Kardashians' defense attorney, Michael Rhodes, on Thursday on day 2 of her testimony in her $300 million civil case. And she admitted she hadn't filed taxes since 2018 or 2019. Oh. She says the last filing was for her businesses, the Lashed LLC, 88 Fin, and Blac Chyna Incorporated. She tells Rhodes the last time she personally filed was back in 2015. She also says that she doesn't have any personal bank accounts. What in the Trump is... Okay. Chyna also reveals she made about $2 million in 2020, 2019, and 2018, and makes money through celebrity appearances, like $25,000 for an upcoming celebrity boxing match. Okay. Her main moneymaker, though, is OnlyFans. And this is why a lot of you are being critical of her and what Rob did on social media. But OnlyFans is by her choice. And she says, this is what she shows. She shows her feet. What in the name of Larsa Pippen? She shows her feet and she posts bikini pics. Okay? She says that she made $1 million on OnlyFans. She's not the only one saying this, though, y'all. I believe her. As TMZ reported, Thursday's testimony had Blac Chyna in tears as she talked about her ex Rob Kardashian posting nude photos of her online. As you may recall, those photos were removed from IG after going up, but Rob reposted them. We talked about that yesterday. So moving on to Kris Jenner going on the stand. Kris Jenner had some stunning accusations. Page 6 is reporting, because you know what we do here, we cite our sources. They're reporting that on the stand yesterday, Kris Jenner made some stunning accusations and that she was alarmed years ago by Blac Chyna, when Kylie and then boyfriend Tyga told her about the alleged threat. Kris added that Tyga told her on multiple occasions that Chyna allegedly tried to physically harm him with a weapon. Of course, it was alarming, but we just kept it in the family, Kris testified. They lived across the street, and she, Chyna, had a young child. I think we were more concerned about the Tyga situation. So let me just remind you of this situation. Chyna, who's 33, dated Tyga, who's 32, from 2011 to 2014. He then dated Kylie, who's now 24, on and off from 2014 to 2017, while Chyna moved on with Rob, who's 35, in 2016. You remember that mess. It really takes you back. You're like, oh yeah, it was all that. Speaking of the kids, because it mentions the kids, you already know, we talked about a recent story about Blac Chyna only having her kids 1 to 2 days a week. So people are wondering, where is Rob Kardashian? All the Kardashians are showing up to court. Where's Rob Kardashian? Well, he has Dream 6 days of the week. So he's been making sure that nothing changes with her schedule. I saw another story where people were talking about, you may remember this old story about how the Kardashians trademarked Dream's name, so Chyna doesn't even have the rights to that. I'm not surprised by that. They trademark everything. And she's the only one with the Kardashian name of the kids, of the babies that we have now. So if you were wondering where Rob Kardashian is, he's being a father 6 days out of the week. Moving on. So in her testimony, Blac Chyna claimed that she was still in a relationship when Tyga and Kylie started dating in 2014. Kris was later asked by Chyna's attorney, Lynn Ciani, whether she was concerned about Rob entering a relationship with the same woman who allegedly threatened Kylie. Kris responded, "I didn't have much of a reaction. There was just a lot of drama, and I'm used to that in my family." Okay. Page 6 notes Khloe Kardashian, who's in attendance, who was seated next to her sister Kim Kardashian in the courtroom, smiled at her mom's matter-of-fact response. I can see it. According to Kris, she says, "It happened so fast and we didn't know where Rob and Chyna's relationship was going to go. It wasn't that I was not concerned. They had a rocky relationship from the start. But I love second chances and I wanted them to win." She added, "I just wanted my son to be happy. I wanted a win for them. You hope for the best and move on." So there's a lot coming out from this. Before we continue with what Kris Jenner said during her testimony, there was a part, and shout out to Denver, he posted this on social media, and that's what I said, there's so much coming out from this case. So they're talking about the contract. Chyna had a contract for Rob and Chyna, the reality show. So apparently there was this kill fee in her contract. And this is what Chyna said in response to the money that she received for the show. Rhodes also went over Chyna's contract with the E! Network, specifically a document that showed she would be paid $100,000 kill fee and another $370,000 if they did not move forward with season 2 of Rob and Chyna. Rhodes asked her point blank if she understood the terms of the contract she signed. Chyna answered went through attorney Walter Mosley. The response, "I can't explain what Mosley was doing," she said, adding that she did get $100,000 and $370,000, but she thought that was for filming and not to kill her show. "Why would I sign a kill fee for my #1 show?" She's sounding like Jocelyn right now. "I didn't sign it. That's my signature, but I didn't sign it."
Whew, there's a lot going on.
I don't know how this trial is going for Blac Chyna, y'all. At one point, her mom has been banned from the court. That wasn't a good look for her. Anyways, back to what Kris said on the stand. Kris was then asked by Blac Chyna's attorney. Ciani asked Kris on Thursday whether she could recall having a conversation with network executive about not being happy with Rob and Chyna's relationship. Kris admitted she might have said that depending on the day, noting that there were a lot of ups and downs in their relationship in regards to Rob and Chyna's relationship. She says, "But I really wanted Chyna to grow and be the best version of herself." This is another case that I wish that we could be in the courtroom and just because I can hear Kris Jenner saying that, because there's something very inauthentic about when the Kardashians speak. It doesn't feel 100% like no, she's very much about let's get over this, but she's not about to give up $300 million, and that's what Blac Chyna wants. She wants $300 million. Page 6 continues and says, Kris testified that she negotiated a deal that garnered $200,000 for a 7th episode of Rob and Chyna, which was aired with footage she shot of Dream's birth at the hospital. She says, "I put that in the bank for Dream," the momager said with a huge smile. It's in a trust earning interest. I keep telling you guys, so much is coming out from this trial. Literally, as I am trying to edit this video, another story from this trial. As you know, Kris Jenner is on the stand in this $300 million lawsuit against the Kardashians from Blac Chyna. And now in this new report, she says that she strongly believes that Blac Chyna did attempt to hurt Rob Kardashian. I mean, she's using the K word, the K-I-L-L word, okay? All right. So this is what the report is saying. So out the gate, Kris Jenner is saying on the stand this today. So when asked by Chyna's lawyer if she believed Chyna attempted to murder her son, Kris responded, "I do." Kris says she came to the conclusion after looking at everything going on back then between Rob and Chyna, claiming Rob had marks on his body from the phone cord Chyna wrapped around his neck, in addition to his torn shirt. Kris says she felt Chyna had animosity and hatred towards her family, saying alcohol was involved when Chyna pointed the gun at Rob's head and wondered what it would be like in Rob's situation at that moment. Chyna claimed she pointed the gun at Rob as a joke. You may recall we reported on that, and insisted that the phone cord she put around his neck was also done in jest. Kris was asked why she didn't call the police as she thought Chyna was going to hurt her son. She said she thought Blac Chyna had enough problems with cops and figured her own security, made up of former LAPD officers, that's interesting, could get the situation under control if necessary. Kris was asked about a text she sent where she wrote, "He," in reference to Rob, "is devastated and he needs to ditch the bitch." You may recall we reported on that wording apparently being sent to a E! Network executive. Kris then told the jury she sent the text message in anger when she was very upset, adding, "I probably could have used a word that was nicer." Chyna's lawyer asked Kris why she would want to use a nicer word to describe someone who she believed tried to hurt her son. She says, "It's just really not the way I like to talk about people." Kris was then shown another text message she sent to the showrunner behind Rob and Chyna's reality show, where Kris wrote, "Let's take her off the show and just make it Rob raising his daughter." When she was asked about that, she says, "This is my son that has been traumatized, and I was trying to figure out what to do." She started crying on the stand as she compared Rob having a gun pointed to his head to Kim Kardashian being tied up in a bathtub in Paris. You may recall that story. Kris was also asked about another text where she claimed Chyna beat the crap out of Rob's face and the meaning behind it. So in Kris's explanation, she drew a laugh from the courtroom crowd when she referenced the Will Smith and Chris Rock moment at the Oscars. "It's like if I was at the Academy Awards and got hit in the face, might say I got the ish beat out of my face." Kris was pressed about equating the Oscars clap to the incident between Chyna and Rob, and she said her text was just using a figure of speech. So apparently these text messages are real. I think this is part of the reason why this case continues, why this is not a closed and shut case in regards to, for those that think that Blac Chyna is not going to get anything out of this. This just says to me, they really have to prove their case in this situation, and this is going to be reliant on a jury. We're going to continue to follow this story. I do believe Dream is doing quite well over there with the Kardashians. As I said to you before, when we covered the whole issue of Rob Kardashian and Tyga shading Blac Chyna on social media, we found out that Blac Chyna only has her kids 1 to 2 days a week. She has King at least 2 days a week. She has Dream 1 day a week. We also reported to you in the Jasmine brand exclusive that Blac Chyna is going to be having her own reality show. No word on the network. It won't be at Zeus as far as we know, but it's going to be following her music career, but also her legal battle. So the cameras are rolling during this whole time. So it will be interesting to see what Blac Chyna says about the revelations that keep coming out every single day in this case. Guys, as always, I want to know your thoughts on the latest developments on this Blac Chyna versus the Kardashians. Let's continue that conversation below. And as always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.